We'll dial in for now. First round is live. It's paiN Gaming over on the T side and 9Z being your CTs. You got two sets of Julies to work with and a flashbang in the back pocket for big IGL Max. Whereas for paiN, right now they're setting themselves up for a play down through mid. Martinez, fires off the rattling shot spins. Lux opens it up with a Glock. Back at the bomb site, Buddha, can he deal damage?
Not just yet. Smoke in his eyes, but they have lost Lux, which is going to be a contingent for the flank that's been sent packing. DGT in the meanwhile laying it down and denying this bomb plant for that a little bit longer. The T's can't quite manage to close the gap, but now Snow from the back is going to be trying to strike in, and it's down to the brains himself of Bigazera. Had a bit of a slow tournament and not picking up pace just now. Max with 2 alongside DGT, and 9Z claim the first round. It was looking a little bit scary for a few moments though. paiN to try and spill some blood with those Glocks. They all move together through on the ramp side. Martinez up close with his MP9. Huazo Peak also can turn his attention over onto this side as soon as the first bullets get spit down towards the T's. But it's Bigazera. The one Glock they had in hand, and it has rattled the dome of Martinez. Still plenty of time on the clock as well. They don't have to fully commit behind this one.
Huazo Peak underneath the balcony. He's waiting for the run out. Catwells is able to get his hands on the MP9, clearing towards Sandwich as he runs on out. The flick back around is actually pretty meaty, and that gives them more stock into this one. Max trying to get a look into the back of the bomb site. Peppers some damage out, sets it up for potentially Buddha to make the big plays. Bold moves from Snow, re-aggresses onto CT, grabs another weapon, and they're in a good spot in the post plant. 2v2.
Oh, it's absolutely crazy they're even in this position in the first place. A Deagle with 4 Glocks, executing with no utility. Huazo Peak had a nightmare. And with no kit between the two of them, they have to get on that bomb soon. paiN Gaming just playing the time, playing possum. Now they have picked up the kit. Gonna go for the full defuse, but there it's Coaz. Sprays down DGT, and that should be the round on top of it, as Buddha's stuck between 2 awkward positions, goes in and falls to Snow's hand. paiN have snatched that round away with a Deagle.
And now get ready for this. Pressure put on towards middle. Grouping up towards the A site as well. Cowers, AK, inside of the Palace, looking potentially for the peek out. Bit of a scout play towards mid. Buddha goes in for the first face, but falls down to Bigazera. And Cowers, don't imagine he's the sort of man that's going to walk into DGT here. Uses the nades.
Oh, it's not going to save him though. The 5-7 up close removes him as a potential threat. 3-play-3. AK also trades hands. Coaz's AK now moves across towards 9Z. As Bigazera making moves onto the B site. They spotted a lot of confrontation over on A. They've made the right decision, but they still need to get the cross. And the scout's going to weaken them up. Easy pickings for DGT. Lux goes into his shallow grave, and with 45 seconds left, Bigazera and Snow, they can just barrage their way onto the site. There will be a post plant coming in. This is where the lack of utility and the lack of health on players like DGT can be a problem, but the flash doing very little. Was designated towards the market, doesn't land in there. Instead, Bigazera with 9 bullets in his magazine, and I have to try and pick off one of these oncoming CTs.
He gets the info. Going for the reface each and every time though. It's 9Z hitting the shots. Response back, good onto Snow. An equalizing round found. Bigazera are back up, down towards underpass. But it's Martinez that makes the first play. Face out on ramp, instant connection with the AWP straight back. So an opening duel in the favor of 9Z this time. Boost up in response, Lux looking towards window. Could catch Huazo Peak on the rotate, nade in his hands. Dead in the murder hole. And an equalizing frag.
Max toying with the idea of trying to push that smoke. But it's right into the embracing arms of his opposition IGL. Bigazera gobbles up that free kill. But as he comes around the corner, not anticipating the DGT will be boosted up on the box. That should give him an idea of 2 players potentially being over on the B side. And it may press the button for them to get hot and heavy on A. Already trying to force them back with the utility of the Molotov. 30 seconds left. Well-placed flashbang keeps the Spanish AWPer at bay and allows him to get that post plant in. NQZ took his hand off the mouse for a second there, but still nailed the shot anyway.
He scratched his nose, but I guess his spider senses were tingling. Fast flick on the response back up. I was thinking the same thing. I wondered if it was going to throw him off. Didn't bother him, mate. Meanwhile, for paiN, a relatively even split. But he's the man that we know can do some star plays. Tries to go in and shine bright down in underpass, take a bit of map control off them, and DGT, if he feeds the hot hand here and finds the frag on KRÜ, it would be a good opener. Instead, he goes down. Damage done back onto Buddha. You can't fight this one. One man down, he's got to retreat.
And he has been the man with the hot hands. Cooled off for the time being. Big Izera finishing off a weakened Buddha, who has been one of their best performing players over the duration of their opening matchups in this tournament for 9Z. Martinez with the AWP has struggled from time to time. This would be asking a huge amount. He at least has the X Factor, the power play weapon, in the right position as it stands. And they have the intel from Quasipeak, who's moving around the back. So they know that A side is bereft of any Ts. They know that B side is likely to be pushed on, and Lux, who was weakened, has now been fragged. Weapon doesn't trade hands, though, to Quasipeak. Didn't want to get too overzealous on that one. But it is going to give paiN Gaming second thoughts about this B hit, and now they make a move over back onto A.
No weapon recovered for him either, so it is just the USP tucked into Sandwich. Oh, NQZ dives over the top. Luckily, Big Guzera ready for the response. It flicks off the crosshair with the player down in Sandwich, and Big Guzera starting to come alive as well. Follow-up frag's good. That's a free K for him in the round. This is what we wanted to see, right? Big Guzera. A little bit quieter this time around at the RMRs, but realistically, it's been his teammates that are doing far more for him. But if he starts to lead by example as well, Vince, that's the dream scenario for paiN. Awful lot of space and pressure put on. So 9Z already scratching their heads. Situation is that Buddha can take a peek out towards Palace at least, with a bit of backup towards the B site. Max up close and personal here on Connector. He's trying to peer over the smoke, sees his opportunity, tries to strike. Good damage. Two players being chipped down to sub 50. Oh, and the nade called in from Martinez. Heads up decision making. He'll even find a further frag. Assist, and Max goes back in. It's all starting to fall to pieces. Snow's the only one left. We know he can do ridiculous things. Let's see if this is going to be one of those rounds. Molly down on jungle. Spam shot from the back line. Finish him off. They finally get themselves back on the board.
Oh, we saw yesterday just how ridiculous he can play.
Seeing if he can sliver his way back up towards short, assist the rest of the boys that are going to be running their way out into the bomb site through B. Break the smoke, a little bit of chip damage back onto him. First contact from DGT is good for the opener. That's Big Guzera. The side swipe from short has been shut down as he doubles up for two, but only has 13 HP left.
Has been burnt. Oh, NQZ's not missing that shot. Slow peek into his crosshair. You're a dead man. Head removed. HE. It's on the right place, but the wrong time. Not able to deny the plant, and therefore no reason for NQZ to make a move. He's got a sniper's nest built in. He's feeling comfortable, cozy up there right now, and he's got Koaz to watch his back. Quasipeak, with no smoke or Molotov to force away one of these positions, is going to have to use the element of surprise. But as he walks around this corner, Koaz, even if he got killed, has NQZ providing the overwatch, not required, as paiN dial in his 6th. So 9Z get a little bit of success, but then immediately get slapped back down to size. I did just check the stats as well, by the way, and how Snow performed yesterday. 21 kills, 1.84 rating with 103 ADR. That is how dominant the young man was. NQZ has fallen to the hands of Martinez, though, so maybe a player like Snow is going to have to pick up the slack.
Yeah, the AWPing head-to-head going against them this time. Max, inside a connector. The IGL ships in the night. But it'll be 9Z to pick up the pieces on that one. Max is able to find Big Guzera. Response back. Set the ramp ablaze. Put even more pressure on the round. Try and burn extra time off the clock before paiN Gaming takes space. 2-1 split. It's Lux that's round towards connector side, just underneath window. Ton of nades still to play with. Snow throws out the first. That's the smoke up, blocking off connector, allows the peek down. Max spots it, Buddha didn't quite have the timing for the shot towards the back though.
Too many angles to deal with, and Quaz is sure he was still up on the balcony. Great flick down though, transitioning on that transfer spray, double tap to the head of Buddha. Suddenly this round becomes doable. Quaz with the bomb as well can traverse back over, but with only 30 seconds left, he's going to have to pretty much just hold W the whole way through. Roll the dice. He's already done far better than anyone could have expected from him. But with 31 HP, 1 bullet, and he's pretty much done. And both of 9Z are making moves over. Max is already there. He's hearing the footsteps. That'll be relayed information. And Quaz is going to die as soon as his feet hit the ground. Really solid effort, though. Oh, he's going to have a backstab potentially onto Martinez, and as he's the only CT on this side of the map, that effectively would be a post plant following suit. It's only a matter of time before BESTIA spots him, and the headshot comes through.
Threads the needle on the rotation, and injects his venom with the backstab. Martinez, laid to waste. Buddha, looking to clap straight back. Max actually finds the pickup onto Lux as well, equalizing the situation, so it's a 4v4, the pressure's on. Clock is the additional man on the server for the T side. That's going to force the hand somewhat of the CTs here. 2 kids in play, so they've got them to work with, but they're losing numbers on the face. They know of NQZ's location now, all the way back towards bench. It's a rough fight. Buddha comes in, time ticking away, forcing the issue. Trying to sprint on up, see if they can still save this one, but one by one they connect all the pieces. Snow with the final killing blow, and 4 rounds of advantage goes the way of paiN at the half.
Yeah, this feels more like a fake than anything else. He's got the 2 smokes as well. Of course, trying to bait out the 2 players on this execute. Just going to keep them interested. Quaz trying to get up close in that smoke with the Julies. There's still 3 players here. They haven't budged an inch. It's really awkward, though. How have nobody gone down for the T's? Finally, Lux is going to put an end to that one. Flash is good, but NQZ gets nailed afterwards by Buddha. Lux now can turn his attention up onto the balcony side. Delivers the death blow to DGT, and a weakened Buddha finalized by his hands, too. It's looking like this round, although it was in the palm of the hands for a few moments, of 9Z has slipped away, and Max with it all to do by his lonesome. 3 separate angles, surely no hope at clutching this.
They've just got to not give him the fights. You got the room to trade off one another, but Max, he's trying to play it out as best he can. 40 seconds, the time isn't an issue. Dives off, they hear the footstep. Extension from Cowes with the Julies, looking to try and put some punish into him. Meanwhile, Max goes for the swing. Glock's good for 1. First connects, but there's the backstab. Julie starts to sting. And another round goes the way of paiN, the pistol round.
One player that has really impressed me over this tournament as well, that we haven't touched on that much, is Quaz. Typically more of a supportive element for paiN. Consistent, solid results from his hand. 91 ADR coming into this round, but Buddha has eviscerated Lux as he looks for information and hops up. Hits the ground a dead man. That's much more like it from the young gun of 9Z. They need these kind of performances, but he's been doused. He's been suppressed down from NQZ, who can't double up. There is a way still forward for 9Z.
It's put him into a good position. 4 versus 3, tons of damage done onto Snow from the spam, and Big Guzera down to 34 as well. And look at what it's done to their mental in terms of the rotations. Dabbling with where exactly this sight hit's going to come. And it arrives at B. Max, Merc Snow on contact. And you've got the cutthroat maneuver ready as well. They go out through connector, it'd be an instant connection. You could catch them sleeping. Instead, they know it's time to just back away on this one. Tuck tail for a little while. Give up the round. You can concede a 5th as long as you keep the weapons alive. The 9Z, is this the start potentially of a way back in for them? Boost up. Bit of an aggressive play to try and counter what Buddha's been up to towards B. Pete gets the read in it. Initial spam. Paranoid about a reface down towards underpass if they're paying off one another, but Buddha's straight in. This man's keeping you guessing where the plays are going to come from. Takes it out on A this time, but he goes down. Big Guzera with the first pickup.
I wonder if there's a bit of a lack of communication there, because it felt as though the way that Buddha was entering, he needed DGT to be closer to have his angles covered, and it just didn't happen. So effectively just dangled himself on the end of a fishing rod. And paiN, they're not going to take a nibble, they're going to just devour him whole. However,
it's the time as well. It's putting the pressure on them. 23 seconds ticking away. Audio cues being passed over, steps through the coals. You got to commit to that plant. KRÜ, oh, they bait him in. First tap's good. Bomb fishing. Reels in a big one as they get that pickup. It makes a world of difference. If he was able to find the clap back, puts themselves into an even situation to try and make a play on this. Instead, that retake, it's starting to fade into obscurity.
Yeah, I think that dream faded the second that they got the kill onto KRÜ. It will be the save, but they're walking into Max's layup. He's been waiting, anticipating, but he's low HP and doesn't get the insta headshot, so he will be punished by Lux.
Time still to play with, and nades are there. They wrap back off, gravitating with 4 players towards the A site. The smokes start to go over the top. Flashbang round as well. Send QZ towards the ticket booth. Responds with util of his own. Looking to block towards the ramp. Takes a couple of tags through. KRÜ up close and personal with the M4. He wants to make space. Oh, the spray's rough. It gives time for DGT to activate. 2 clean kills with the AK. Bomb site starting to be taken. And DGT, not content with just 2, he'll find a third. And Max shuts down Snow. All on Lux now.
Labored spray for the first is going to cost him dearly in terms of his hit points. 2 bullets. Replenish magazines. As a smoke as well. I mean, he's got the kit. The problem is he's got nothing else to play with in terms of flashes. He's looking for that AWP. And Max will deny. And you spot on. KRÜ, it was such a scrappy spray that by the time he got the kill...
You could be sipping on the rosé, round in, round out. Having a good time with it. Initial smokes go up. NQZ with the AWP once again, though. We saw his power back on the T side. What's he got for us here on CT half? Instant engagement with Max being traded out as Snow falls, and NQZ does deliver. That's a big pickup as well. Buddha's been elevating his power level.
And in doing so, funneled 9Z away. They typically got the entry frags on this half. Smoke and Molotovs being exchanged with some flashes thrown in for good measure. And 9Z able to capitalize and push to the site. Going to be going for that full-on plant as well out in the open. DGT needs to do it before the smoke is cleared. The grenade comes in, but it's too little too late. It will deny the life of DGT, but not the post-plant. And now Martinez with it all to do. Has to hide in the smoke, but gets caught from below from KRÜ. And that'll be their first round in 5. They've broken the curse just in the nick of time. KRÜ using that smoke though alongside Max. They're both going to try and take the forward positions. Max getting into con. We saw him love this spot on CT side and have a lot of success from here. Not this round though. Snow through the smoke will pounce onto him, and that's a perfect flashbang onto periphery of the smoke. KRÜ pushes once again. These flashes consistently fully blinding the T's, but Martinez somehow comes out ahead.
Oh, Martinez loses his head on the peak though. Avoided the volleyball HE that was thrown towards him. You could very well still keep this rolling. It's all about the overtime for them, whereas for paiN, you just want to close it.
That's 100%. Spot on. If you offered them a 12-9 scoreline when they were 10-4, but hold on a second. They're still going to win based off time. But DGT... Oh man, he must have terrified paiN for a split second there, thinking, don't peek him! Don't peek anymore! And although his side is covered from the wall, at some point he may overextend and get picked off by DGT, who cannot miss right now.
Lux being forced back from the utility, but it sends him straight into the crosshair of Max. He'll win on the duel, reset the advantage. Martinez given the peek on short side. KRÜ again, finding frags here. And they're setting themselves up for the first map now. It looks like paiN getting closer and closer to that all-important 13th round. It's down to the retake 3v2. Buddha, HE should finish it. The ricochet off the wall's enough. Goodbye, Lux.
Snow and KRÜ. the slight HP advantage, and they know where one of these players are, but it's the second one they have to be cognizant of and wary of. Kit in the hands of Coez as the flashbang up and over onto CT boxes. Does connect, but Huazapeak is able to just sit in position, knowing that with two of them, they should be able to find the winning formula. Snow's going to take the initiative, get aggressive, get straight in the face, but although he gets both kills, he's not going to have time. Can't even find the bomb in the smoke. And so 9Z keep this map alive.
40 seconds on the clock. HE thrown in. Hefty damage done. Might be enough to make it easier for these M4s to convert the damage. As Cowaire's up close. Rattles off the shots. Even blind, but still finding the first pick. Oh, he's going wild. The damage absolutely decimates them. And it's all down to DGT that's finished by NQZ. 13-11 paiN. It looked like it was going to be sad for them. But they bring it back, close it down, deny the OT, and take that one.
Skin Club. Make the right choice.
But we can dial into the game now. Ready to kick things off. Map 2's live. Qualification to the Perfect World Major for paiN Gaming could be one map away if they can shut it down and leave it as ashes to ashes, dust to dust here against 9Z. We're into the pistol.
Oh, big headshot to NQZ though. He's going to have to hold his ground. Yeah, hiding in the smoke, hoping that his players around him from Cat from lower tunnels can help him out, and they have. They push away the oncoming T's, allow him a bit of reprieve, and on 17 HP he backs away. Huazapeak already getting up though on long, but Lux strikes for a second time.
The USP sniping him back, and Lux. Can he live lavishly and continue to deal damage here? Martinez finds an opportunity to skulk his way through the smoke, slip up onto the site. At the back of Gandalf. You've got NQZ on low health, tucking in and looking to just buy a bit of time. You know you've got the edge in terms of manpower, but Martinez, is he going to make moves to flip that? No. NQZ strikes.
And although it's a post plant, it really is the weight of the world on Max's shoulders. One weakened player, but he's taking headshots left and right, and Big Azera lays down for the second kill, and paiN with a successful retake and defuse.
Martinez's orb. What sort of impact will we see with the weapon? Because we know how good NQZ can be, and he proves that early. Snap up onto Max. Short control, instantly conceded.
That's assumptions, of course, but the way he walked out with so much confidence and vigor, it felt like it never dawned on him that he was in a crosshair of a sniper.
We saw the nade drop down to Lux from Big Azera on the bomb site, and it pays off. Tags up DGT, slows them down with the actual tagging as well, so they can't run on in. Means you could be peppered by Big Azera, and one by one they're finding all these frags for free. There's no real trades. Leg shot from NQZ. Throws out the bowling ball. Buddha stays alive with two. Okay, Martinez gets one as well, but it's 30 seconds on the clock. He reads it right. Expected the push out. Finds the flank. It's the bomb on his back, but such little time on the round that you don't really have much of a chance. Struggling somewhat to find the impact they're looking for. At least the gift of that warp could be passed back over to Martinez. NQZ, he's been finding frags for free here, no cost towards middle. You love this. Boost up on the top, spam through the smoke so it clears the vision. If you peek out, the AWP is ready for it. It baits them in as well, but it might be thinking that you can go out and find the tag onto the AK spam. So Max falls for the trick and NQZ hits it.
Like a moth to the flame. That's such a cool idea. And you can almost imagine that Max was sat there like counting the bullets, like, right, he's got to be done with his magazine. I'm going to go peek. Still dead. NQZ, another one. Up to 7. And it's eerily quiet on the 9Z side of things with Martinez. He's not been able to find anything as of yet with the AWP. Oh yes, they got the smoke off onto spawn side, but they're now going to have to crunch onto B side, where Lux and Snow are laid in wait. Both are healthy. And Lux, he's having no chill with that AK. Martinez finally gets a bit of success with the AWP. It doesn't have much impact, because a 4v1 up against him, and he may be looking to try and save again. But there is Snow making moves. He wants to deny this from being a possibility. The barrel of that M4A1S may give him away, but the flick's not quick enough. And paiN with the cleanest of 5-0 leads.
Got the shot off, but slightly off target. Lux dodging. The spam from the Galil. Tucks underneath. Meanwhile, the move out on middle. Snow looks out for the info, face through window, but the shot won't connect. It's NQZ that again delivers. There's a flick from DGT. Only one though. Leaves him in a 3 versus 4 with 35 seconds on the timer. You're running in and Snow's ready for the response. Good AWP connection. Martinez strikes. Battle of the AWPs consistently go in the way of paiN, and it's all on DGT. We need another one of those rounds, and it's not happening now. Snow with a sidearm silences him, and a 7th is confirmed.
I hope we get a replay of that. He is just popped off on the server and off it too. Let me tell you, this is going to be high decibels.
Pounding his chest on that one as well. So excited. 7-0.
Really smart as well by Lux. Like, if you know that you've conceded mid-control, there's a smoke down, it actually affords you the luxury of hiding in there and playing a different angle that the T's have to worry about.
Buddha. He's had some clean entries in the past. They line up for him on this one. Noise being made towards short. Both of the kills as well. No trade from DGT. NQZ on the site burning. Trying to still strike. Barely slips his way off, but he will go down. The blind shot connects. Back of the site, KRÜ striking in, but it's how SoPeak is doing damage. But look at the time. 3 seconds on the clock. They tap it, but you can't commit. They even jump up to find the pick anyway. And Max has got a scurry. Another round gone. They get out on the A site again, but can do nothing with it.
Where have we seen the long pushes coming into play with tons of flashes? They've been a bit unfortunate maybe with spawnings and not allowing Martinez to get in up close proximity with his AWP, but now they're going to push. Finally we see some aggression. They take so much damage though. But they have got a couple kills. HwazOPeak down on 20 and DGT gets nailed by NQZ. They try and mix it up, same result. Here's a damning statistic as well, Jackie. So far, we're nearly done with 10 rounds, assuming that HwazOPeak doesn't pull the rabbit out of the hat. And the miracle on top of it. 10 rounds, 0 opening picks for 9Z.
Out through mid. The playmaker for 9Z. It's been how SoPeak with Harry's been engaging. He's looking to collapse. Molotov's good to make it awkward for Snow. Buys a little bit of time, but Lux with the opening engagement gets one. There's Buddha. Snow, still alive. Will he finally fall? Can they strike against the immortal man on the back of the bomb site? The nade will deal with him. Buddha comes in and hits heavy. 3v2.
Low HP though. Quez around the corner now, knows where his position is. Spray comes through, a must-win round for 9Z if they want any hope at clutching this. And Quez says no. An emphatic no. Punches all 3. Dealing death across the board, and that will be 11-0.
Mate, that's crazy. That's absolutely balmy that he's been able to pull it off on the retake. Pretty sure the player cam, he did go for the defuse and get it as well. But no, actually didn't. He literally took his hands off the mouse. I almost thought it froze. He literally was just relishing in the moment. That's mental. The way he was reacting on the player cam, Vince, I thought he just straight up defused it and something went wrong.
I was seeing the light get darker on his face, so I thought he'd alt-tabbed or something by accident.
Oh, mate.
And although NQZ was popping off early on, now it's Quez's time to shine. 11-0. 9Z cannot buy a round. This round, they're going to get Martinez. There's their first opening pick, it feels like, the entire map. The entire match. But can they convert? Or is Quez going to strike one more time and break their hearts?
You mention his name. And you might very well summon the play into existence as he deletes Max from the server, waving him goodbye as he punishes with the M4. Reset the advantage that they were able to find off Martinez's opener onto Big Guzera. Put them in an even situation, 4 versus 4. DGT is the late lurk out through long. Attention drawn toward the bomb site, but he still hasn't gone for the push yet, and they're taking pot shots for free. Another one clapped straight back onto Buddha. Nade buys him a little bit. DGT second guessing himself potentially here. Looked like he was going to go for the late flank. They've still got their crosshair honed on. It's NQZ that's watching it. Nade's damage good onto the bomb planter as well. You need to get some frags here, boys. Find a way to activate. AK strikes. Cowles goes down. Again, it's Lux that dives up. 2v2. The 5-7 singing for Snow, and at the back it's DGT. Only one connects. 12-0. paiN Gaming run through the half.
It's not over until that 13th round hits. They've got to keep in the fight. Koez leading the charge outside along the flash. Landed onto Huazo Peak and he backed off to the site. There are 2 players over here. Huazo Peak needs to live up to that name though and take a couple of kills with him with that USP. HE lined up as well as the T's now charging onto the site. Looking hungry to finish this game off as fast as possible, but it is a 1-4 trade and Huazo Peak has got himself a second, but Koez once again strikes when it's most needed for paiN.
It's that man. He delivers in these moments. Has he set himself up for another one of these rounds? Max tucked in towards Gandalf. Needs to make the bad magician play. Split them in half. They're up on the site and Big Guzera got a read on it. Taps the bomb to force the face. They do play into it, but Max connects the shot. Cowes. Now, this is where he wants to come alive. He's jiggling into it. The energy's there. Pep in his step. Pepper him back down with the Glock. Few shots rattled off. 35 seconds left on the timer to play with, and Lux on low HP, wrapping up from long side as they close the gap. Up close and personal. He'll take 2. DGT is the only one left in the 1v1. Can Cowles find the 4K and close it for paiN Gaming? 13-0. They go to the Shanghai Major.